Hello everyone, welcome to this new stream. Uh, we're going to shortly we're going to continue working on pockets shortly. I basically I got a new webcam and I just want to take the chance to set it up properly. So let's see. What can I do? Zoom focus exposure. No, okay, so that's fine. And can I do custom resolution? So 1920 by 1080. And yeah, okay. Mm-mm-mm. Uh, and yeah, it doesn't look like I can go above 30 FPS. Okay. Well, I mean, let's give it a try like this, and we'll change if necessary. I It doesn't really bother me to have a 30 FPS camera, but it might look a bit weird on video. So let's try it out. Also, I should have fixed an issue with the yeah, sure, whatever. Can't I like? Let's see. Can I go to do not disturb? Focus assist. There we go. That should be better. As I said, I also fixed an issue that prevented the that basically made it so that the audio in the recording only went to the right channel. So now the mic audio is in mono, so you should hear me, and it shouldn't feel weird on your ears. Okay. Just for a quick recap, we worked on the CLI yesterday and on the routers. So we are now able, when we create a container right here, we are able to get a random free TCP port and then bind it in the container once we start it, which is pretty cool. And on the CLI side, we started messing with spinners and that kind of stuff. And I told you yesterday that I knew there was a way to do table outputs, right? Uh, but I just couldn't remember it. So now, if I do this, I forgot to start Docker, which is probably something that I should check before streaming. So let's just relaunch the server. Docker is now running, and on this side here. Okay, so let me just kill the pane and just reopen it. There we go. Go run, and we now have a beautiful table. I mean, beautiful, kind of beautiful. We can customize it later, but just so you know, it is possible to do, and you can do so using lip gloss. I knew there was a charm library that allowed us to do that, which is just style definition, so we can do pretty stuff like this. We can do background colors, we can do color text, all this kind of stuff. And for example, there should be something for uh, joining paragraph, placing text, rendering tables. There we go. We could do something like this, right? I don't know if it's necessary, honestly. So for now, just know that we have a table and that it works, which is pretty nice. So there are a couple of things that I want to do today. I want to, so let's bring back up this and let's zoom in to do start. So I want to add some commands to our API. I want to be able to start, stop, and delete containers. So start and stop will just start and stop the container. Delete will actually remove the container. So that's it. And I think that should be pretty good. I think I found a way to programmatically generate images, which is what we need, right? Right now, if I take a look at the, let's do, if we take a look at this Docker file, you can see that we specify, we hard code the version of Pocketbase that we're downloading and running. The one thing I would like to try is, can we generate an image, tag it, so it's on the user system, and when we tag that image, specify the Pocketbase version based on the available GitHub releases. Okay, that will be for the end of the stream, because I think I think it should be possible. I'm not certain it will be that easy to do. So, let's keep that in mind. So let's do, in our router, let's do r dot probably put or patch. Let's do put for start, which will be docker dot start container. We'll do another r dot put stop, docker dot stop container, and we'll do r dot delete, which will be delete, and we'll do docker dot delete container. If I remember correctly, put requests can have a body, but let's see. So let's see. Routing. Okay, so we can do stuff like this. Right, so if we pass in the container ID in the route, then we can do URL param and get it back. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do the func. What did I call it? Let's do stop, and it's called stop container. Yeah. And we need to copy this. I should probably make a snippet at this point, but whatever. And let's do container ID is g dot URL param. We pass in the request, and the key is container ID. And let's just declare all the other routes, just so we can compile and we can test things out. http.request, and we'll do delete container, which will be just the same as this, basically. Whatever. And we can do delete container. So now it should be happy there. and declare not use container ID. Yeah, makes sense. So let's do if container ID is nil, panic, could not find container ID in route URL. Let's do something like that. Because what does it do? Returns a URL parameter. Okay, so maybe it just returns an empty string. And then let's just do get the Docker client. And then let's take a look. What can we do? Index. So we can do container stop. Awesome. So we can do CLI dot container stop. We'll do context at background, the container ID, and then an empty thing right there. And what does this return? It just returns the error. Okay. So we can do error like this. And if error is not nil, w.write header, let's do 500, and w.write, let's do a conversion like this. This, and otherwise, and we can do return, and then I guess we can do w.write container stopped, and obviously have this converted to bytes like this. And now it rebuilds, everything seems to work. There's one thing that I need to do. So we're looking for a key code like this. So we can do /delete/ and then do that, and then surround it like this. And so we should be able to get it. Let's quickly do stop.go, and we'll basically yank all of this, put it inside the stop. Here we can do create stop command. It's stop and stop maximum args. What's the ID of the container? And here we can do docker.stop, and we can go back to the handler and do stop. We can just copy this over. Oh, I don't really need this. Here it should just be stop. Here it should be stop container. We can just do this, and we'll do a put HTTP put. There you go. How do you send a put request? So we can do new request and then we specify the method. Okay. We do new request. HTTP dot put method put. And new request. And then a body. We don't really have a body for this request, so can we just set it at nil? So we don't need that, we don't need that, don't need this. There we go. And here we can associate. And so it should be create. So it should be stop / and then the container name. So it should be something like this. And we can do stopping container. So let's see. Go run dot stop. Why is it? Oh, yeah, I didn't link it in here. So I didn't do commands that create stop command with config. And now this should work. What's the ID of the container? Well, let's start test2. Can copy this ID, paste it in. Nothing seemed to have happened. So let's stop. So it runs the stop thing. And we didn't even get the we didn't even get the request log. Yeah? So something went wrong. Can I do curl x put HTTP let's do 127.0.0.1 3000 /v1/stop/ that 404 not found. Okay. Yeah, we don't have any errors. 404 not found. Yeah. Because we don't handle the container ID here. And now container stopped. And the container has been stopped. Okay, so does it work from the CLI? Config endpoint /v1/stop/ and then the name. What does this return? It returns a request. Let's do request. Then do I need to do like request that's let me see. Okay, yeah, we were not actually sending the request. Okay, so we can do, let's do client http dot client, and then we can just do client dot do the request. All right. Okay, this works. Awesome. And yeah, that should be fine. So in this case, should I do something like var error, which is an error? Something like this. So the run thing runs the spinner and may return an error, but I don't know if it returns the error if we throw our cells, or it throws an error if it cannot display the spinner. So for now, let's just do something like this, and we can basically do this. Let's call this spinner error. Impossible condition. Self-assignment, yeah. So let's do this. Let's call this request error. And then let's do error is equal to request error. And now there's a chance that it is not nil. And so it can throw. Okay. Yeah, maybe let's not send that. And if we send this, okay. Okay, let's say the let's say the stop command works. So it should be pretty simple to do the start. I want to say, right? So we can have basically all of this. Yep. We can yank all of this. Hang this. And now we can do container start. And obviously this should be start options. And let's do container started. And on the router, let's make sure that the start do container ID so that we're sure it works. And this, I can do the same thing, but I should do start. Container started, and the container starts. Okay. It should, it would be probably, let's, I'm not sure about this one. Should the parameter that we pass into the function, should that be the ID or the name of the container? Because if they pass in the name, then we need to take the name and figure out the ID. And that's an extra step. But for the let's say for the sake of user experience, it should be that, right? Maybe it's autoscope for the proof of concept. Yeah, let's say it's autoscope. So we did that. Then we need to do, let's take all of this basically. And let's do start.go. There you go. We can do package docker. And then we can do add import, organize imports. Yeah. And here we can do start. And all the way here, we could replace this with start. So let's do stop this container. And now if I do go run.start this container, it should work if I create the command. Something like this. Yeah, command. And then we can do create start command, start, and here we do start. And this should just work. Oh yeah, I forgot one simple step. In here, we need to do commands, create start command, create that config, and now it should work. And now it started, and now it's stopped. Okay, just need to let's create start. In here we can do starting container instead of stopping container. And now starting container, stopping container. Okay, so far so good. Let's do all of this, add start and stop commands. Now for the delete command, we will basically do the same thing, right? So handlers docker, and then we can do we can basically do something like select inside that. Yeah, no, that's not, that doesn't work. So let's do select inside this. No, okay. I need to revise a bit my Vim bindings. So I can just take this and then just put, and then we can do container container div startup kill remove. There we go. And here I imagine it's something like remove options. Yeah. And if you check the router, then we have the container ID, so everything should be fine in here. The one thing that we can do is so we can yank and put and change this to delete. And the method, it's not put, but it's delete. And delete. And deleting container. And now this should work, right? I need to import to make a new command. I can just yank this and we'll do delete.go. I can do create delete command. Maximum arg. There we go. So we could probably do something like confirmed, because this is a destructive action, right? So I would like there to be a user confirmation. So are you sure you want to delete the container? Because if you stop it, then you can just restart it. But if you delete it, then you truly delete it. So can we do new confirm? Awesome. The title, are you sure you want to delete this container? The value will be inside confirmed, and then we run. And if confirmed, then we can run this, and else we can do print deletion request ignored, and then inside main we can do commands dot create delete command with the config. So we can do go run dot delete, and we want to delete test2. I say, are you sure you want to delete this container? If I say no, then deletion request ignored and the container is still there. And if I run this again and I say yes, then we get the request. Why do we? Oh, did I mess up? Delete. Yeah, I didn't change the this. So do delete. So we delete. Yes, then we get the delete request, and this is still there. Maybe something that we missed in the remove options. What is there? Remove links, remove volume. Okay, let's just take a small look here. Container. We said it was container remove. Kills or removes a container from the Docker host. And the remove options. Remove volumes, remove links, and force. For now, let's just do force. And now, if we delete, this just took a while longer, and the container is truly gone. So it didn't delete it because the container was running. But since we got the user confirmation, then I guess. And then once we have the, for example, once we have the user email, so when we do registration, we can probably do something like a multi-factor check. So if you confirm that you want to delete it, then we generate a temporary code that we send to your email, and then you can enter the code, and then it will delete it. Just because this is a destructive action and I don't want people to be able to abuse it, still need to define if it's in scope or not. That is still undecided. But for now, we can start stop delete a container, right? So now can I create a new container called test1? And this works, and test1 is running. And now if I copy the container ID, can I do go run dot delete that? And are you sure? Yes. And the container is still gone. And I should probably also be able to do go run dot delete that. Awesome. Now let's add some notes here. So to do should only delete a container with the pockets label and or in the pockets network. This is just something that we need to check because I don't want this to be just an entry point to the Docker socket for a user and a malicious actor to be able to just destroy any container that the user has created in their stack. That would be bad. Okay. Oh, let's commit all of this. Delete. There's maybe something else that we could add, which is the how can I say this? We should only ask for confirmation if the user doesn't pass a parameter that's like dash dash force, for example. In that case, we skip the prompt. And that way you can just work in a headless mode. I mean, not like headless, but without needing a keyboard. right? So you can just SSH or use it in a CI tool or whatever. Let's try to do that. So in the delete command, we have two args. Let's go back to the Cobra docs for a minute. Yeah, flag. Okay. So how do you handle flags? Let's see. Let me just quickly switch the music out. What can we do? Yeah, let's do a bit of Meatloaf. That should be fun. Okay. So let's see. Run commands args. Working with flags. Since the flags are defined and used, we need to define a variable outside the correct scope to assign the flag to work with. Okay, so maybe we can do create command that flags dot bool and so the name is force, default value is false. So if I do go run delete help, okay, maybe dash dash help, and now we can have a flag for force. Okay, and can I do command dot flags dot get bool force? Let's do something like this. Confirmed an error. I mean, there shouldn't be an error, hopefully. So let's do if error is not nil, panic error while getting flag. And let's just do printf, and we'll just print the error. And if not confirmed, then we trigger this. And once that is done, then we recheck it to see if we prompted the yeah, that should work. So if I do delete, I maybe need to create first. Yeah, let's create test one, and then I can do delete this one. And are you sure you want to delete? Yes, and it deletes the container. Now I can create it again. And if I do go run that, delete that, and then dash dash force, it just skips right through the confirmation and it deletes the container. Okay. Optional force flag. Okay. We're not doing that bad. Okay. Let's see. So we had commands, and let's do the Docker image. Let's do the DOD. So DIOD is the Docker image on demand. What we need to do, fetch the list of releases. This is from Bucketbase GitHub. Display choice or accept flag. Display the choice or accept flag, and then we need to generate image and check if we can just switch. We can change the args value. Would definitely help. And then we just go through the classic create flow that we already have. So that could be okay. So that should be doable, I believe. I hope. let's say I hope. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's take maybe a 5 to 10 minutes break so I can go fetch some more water for my throat. And once that is done, we'll go back to this. And once we have this, I think we're mostly done with the proof of concept. Honestly. We don't have the we still don't have the data persistence thing. So we'll probably do that. But before we do that, we need to be able to have the lock into stone how the Docker image is generated, because how the Docker image is generated, then that means that we now know where the PB data folder is stored, and once we know that, then we can mount a volume to that directory. Okay. So yeah, we'll take a small break and then we'll get working on all of that. I'll see you guys in 5 to 10 minutes. And we're back. Sorry for the break. Let's get back to our business. So, how do we do that kind of stuff? We can close this one. Let's see. Pull an image, commit a container, run a container. Okay, so there are no examples for what we want to do because otherwise it's not fun. The thing that we need to do is first of all retrieve the information from GitHub, and this should probably be done by the CLI. So let's do GitHub API. Is there something for releases? Use the REST API to create, modify, and delete. Well, list releases. Endpoint works. We what? Do we really need to? Do we really need a token for this? Okay. Or for the tags, we still need a token. Let's see if we can get them without the token. So we can do this. Let's do it here. And we can remove this, hopefully. And then we can go to the GitHub repo of Pocketbase. Pocketbase GitHub. So that's Pocketbase/Pocketbase. And we can just put this in. All right, this works without the token. Awesome. Because it looks like it works when a repo is public, then it just works. Let's see. To update the prebuilt executable, yeah, whatever. Tarballs. Let's see. Do we have? These are all the assets. Okay, there we go. Tag name. Name. Okay. Okay, so this all should work within the CLI. So we can close this, we can close this, I can close the delete, I can close start. This I can close this. This I need to keep open. Okay. Let's say I don't need all of this for now. And let's do fetch versions, which will be a function. And let's have, I don't need much, right? So let's do type pb release struct, and then let's do, I'll have a type pb release response struct, which will have, let's see, there we go. So what's the schema? It's just an array. Okay. Okay, so we don't really need the response type. And from the PB release stuff, we just need the name, which is a string. And in JSON version, it's called name like this. And yeah, let's get the tag name just so we're safe. JSON name. And this one is called tag underscore name. Okay. So let's do res an error, which is http.get. What's the URL that we had? This one. There we go. Do we have any more info that we can do? No. If we do HTTP new request, I think we need to do that. So let's do request http.new request and an error because of course HTTP get method get, then it's this stuff. And not enough arguments, so we need the reader, which is nil. Can we do request that header that add? There we go, and we need to add xGitHub API version header, and its value is 2022-01-28. There we go. And request that header that add, and the other one is accept. And the value is application vnd github.json. There we go. Okay, so we got our headers. Now we can do client, which is http.client. And then we can do response and error with client.do this request. So if error is not nil, panic, would not create HTTP GET request. Hopefully this doesn't happen. And then if error is not nil, panic with the error, simply enough. And then and then we need to do let me check how we did the list. We had the data, and then we do IO that read all with the body, and then we unmarshal. Okay. So let's do var data, which is a list of PB release. Simply enough. And then we can do be error, which is io.read all of request.body. We can defer request.body.close, and then we can do JSON dot unmarshal the bytes into data, and fmt print. Let's just do a printf of data. Oh, we need to read rest.body, not request. There we go. Okay. And here we'll just call fetch versions. And I just made it like this by default so that we can just put it under a spinner and then do kind of fancy displays and stuff. But for now, let's do that. Let's do it like this. Hopefully it works. Bytes used but not imported. Yeah, so there's obviously stuff. There we go. Let's comment them out. Did it just work? Okay. Okay. So this is pretty cool. The real question is, should we store this kind of stuff in a cache so that we don't bombard the GitHub API and get rate limited? Or is it out of scope for the proof of concept? Not sure. For now, we'll just bombard GitHub. And let's see, I think inside of there should be a select. Let's see, select. There we go. Okay. Let me just take a look. So this is 0.23. Okay. Oh, it's because it prepends the V. So we could remove that and just have the tag name. Okay, so that could work. We'll basically have either a select, or again, you could just pass in an option that says dash version latest, for example, and that would get the latest version and just have it there. Or you have a select that says, okay, hey, here's the available version. Please choose one. And we could, I mean, yeah, that could work. So let's see, we can do that new select and then value. Okay. Let's see if it works. Say var selected version string. And so once the fetch version stuff is done, we could do the new select with a string stuff. So title, which version would you like to deploy? And then we can do dot options. and we cannot. There's not really a map thing in Go, right? So we'd probably do something like var options, which will be a list of dot select dot option, and then we just do a small range for range in data. Options is equal to append with dot new option, and the so new option of type string, and the should be the text thing, right? Should be v dot name and then v dot tag name, and like this. And then options would just be options like this. Something like this. And then value should be the selected version, and then we just run. Unnecessary type argument, yeah, sure. And hopefully this should be enough. And then we can do printf selected version is percentage %s \n, and then we just do selected version. Okay, so does it work? First try. Okay. So we say select this one. Selected version is v0.23.12. Whew. Okay. 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 I'm saying okay a lot. So this is one option, so we can just do that, and then we can remove this print. And then what we can do is so this should be all something like this, and then inside the create command we can do create command dot flags dot string yeah, let's do string p, which is, so the long value would be version, the shorthand will be v, and then the value by default will be just an empty string. And for now, let's leave the usage. Specify a version to deploy. So if I do this, then I can do create dash dash help, and that I have a dash b or a dash dash version, which means that now I can also have cnd dot flags dot get string to keep in the logic of separating the stuff, I should have the let's do var version string So yeah, I need the value like this, and then I can do cmd dot flags dot get string. So I wanted version. Yeah, version. So let's do version error like this. And if version is empty string, and then we can do fetch data from GitHub and display select. Because we need two things, right? We need to be able to specify a version, read that, and verify that that version exists. Otherwise, throw an error. And if the version is not specified, then display the select and do all that kind of stuff. So inside here, no, not here, handler, no, not this one I can delete. This one, there we go. So I can get that one and put it inside my command. And can take all of this and put it inside the command as well. Like this. And we'll have it inside of here. Something like this. Which means that now I can add my import and just do organize imports. There we go. And inside the handlers, you can just do something like this. And inside of here, so in any case, we need to fetch the versions. So here, if version, right? So we can just take all of this, and then we can put it inside of here. And we can handle the error like this, saying panic with the error. It's fine. So if the version is empty, then we display the select. And hopefully this just will work. So create. What's the name of the container test? And here we get all the versions. And we select the version. And selected version is whatever. Okay. And so here I should be able to just pass in the version. And obviously I need to get the version string in here so that it doesn't complain. This one I can also close. So version, okay. Else we need to do a verification. We need to verify that the input. So for example, if I go in here and type test1-v equals test, for example, this is not valid, right? Because there's no version that is called test. there's no release called test, so there will be no files called test that we can pull and build our image from. And that's not good, right? So so we need to do a bit of what in JavaScript would be called find index, right? Or find. So can we do Golang find? There's the slices, the generic search. Uh-huh. Okay, so we can do something like this. Awesome. So let's do that. So let's see. Index is slices dot index function. So what do we want to search? We want to search data, and we want to have a function with an element of PB release that returns a bool, and we can just do something like return element dot name is equal to version, and the one thing that I want to know, okay, it returns -1 if there are no matches. So if index is -1, fnt printf specified version is not valid, aborting, and the version is version like this, and then we return, so we don't get to the Docker create stuff. So let's try it just like this. Specified version test is not valid, aborting. And if I do actually get a version like this, version this one, specified version is not valid, and it's not valid because we're checking with the name. We should check the tag name, and this one should be fine, and then we go over and start stuff. Okay. So let's do that. Let's maybe do this is something that we do after we check for the name. And the spinner, there we go. And we can add and the action is fetch versions. And we can just do something like this, and then fetching available versions. There we go. Now we have a pretty spinner, and then order up, which, yeah, I mean, I don't really need the order up bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Sorry about the sudden noise. Okay, so this is good. Now we get the version and we can pass it into our Docker create. And now, here comes the fun part. We need to uncomment all of this. Yeah. There we go. We don't need anymore. I mean, yeah, actually we do. My bad. No, we don't need ha. There we go. We don't need IO. And so we have create request body with a name and a version that we can specify. With version of version. And now it all plays into the API. So we can do that IO read all on Marshall. And we need to modify the container create body because we need to add a string JSON version. And then we can do stuff like this, and in here we can do as printf like this, and let's do pockets, comma, and then the value of the body dot version. Okay. So let's just do so if the latest version is let's see, we should have it here, right? Yeah, v0.13.12. So let's just build and tag an image with that value. And we can do all of that kind of stuff. And then now we have an image that is tag pockets, colon, and the value, which means we should be able to instantiate it just like that. Hopefully. Let's see, body version. Then we just do all that kind of all the stuff. So that doesn't change. Yeah, no, it should be. It should work. All right. So that was the easy part, right? We are able to specify a version and then it creates an image with that same version. If I do this, pockets v0.23.12, which is what we specified. And it obviously won't work if I do that because the that specified version doesn't exist. We didn't create that image. Okay. Okay. We're almost there. Now we need the hard part, which is generating these images. So let's see. Can we just first of all let's check if the image exists, right? First step. Let's do baby steps. So client, where am I going? There we go. Image, create, import, list, search. Makes the Docker host search by a term in a remote registry. The list of results is not sorted in any fashion. Privilege function filters. Registry auth. Okay, no. That's not what I want. Image search, image save, image. Loads an image from the client host. It's up to the caller to close the AV reader. That's not it. Returns a list of images in the Docker host. Okay. And the list option. Control whether all images in the graph have filter or just the heads. Filters is just an encoded set of filter arguments. Shared size indicates whether the shared size of images should be computed. I don't really care about that. Don't really care about this. Don't really care about the manifest. But that's what we need. Let's see. Let's see. So honestly, we could probably comment out all of this. And this. And this. So let's say images, which is CLI dot image list. We'll do context at background and the list option. And the only thing that maybe be interesting is all. And then we can do log dot info images. And yes, there's an error, whatever. And obviously all of this is not read, so we can comment it out. And this builds. Okay, let's see if we make a request. And we get pockets 0.23.12, which is the same result that we get here. Okay. So we can do image index is slices. So what we did basically before. So let's do index func. So we want to search inside images. And then we want a function. We want to do that, and then we want to return element which is an image dot summary. So we can do element dot what do we have? Parent ID, repo tags, manifest container. A list of image name tags, multiple image tags can refer to the same image, and this list may be empty if no tags, in which case the image is untagged. ID is the content addressable, so that's not the one. Labels, Parent ID, repo tags, manifest, container shared size. What? Hmm. Okay, so let's do repo tags dot. So let's do slices dot index func because we want to search inside the repo tags, right? So we'll do a function t string, and if slices is not -1, which means that we didn't find anything inside the tags. And here we can return t equals body dot version. And then we can do log dot info image index. Will this work first try? Let's find out. -1. Damn it. Okay. -1. I mean, what I want to know is, see, there's -1. So this should be the size, the container count, right? So let's see. Image.summary. So it has containers. Okay, so this should be the ID. And most stuff should be empty. And report task list of the image names tags in the local image cache that reference. So that's not it. Depending on how the image, this field may be empty. It's only set for images that were built, created locally. Okay. Can I do... So if I return element that parent ID equals body that version, that should also, that probably won't work, but who knows? Oh, that was it. So it was the parent ID. Why was it the parent ID? Who knows? If I try a release that doesn't exist, okay, no, that doesn't work either. I mean, docker golang find image with specific tag. So if I do docker images and then it takes an optional repository and tag, is this something that also exists in the image list thing? Could probably be filters. Who knows? And how did I use filters like this? Okay. So let's do that and let's see what that looks like. So let's do this. I will do all true, and then we'll do filters. We'll do filters, and then we'll do filters that new args, and filters that arg tag. Hopefully. And then we'll do sprintf, and we know the tag is pockets, and then the version. So let's do body.version. And first of all, let's see if this doesn't break entirely, and then if it works. I get this one. Then I get nothing, and if I get this one, I also get nothing. Let's just clean up the logs a bit. And then obviously this up here is not important anymore, so we can just do something like this. Now it relaunches correctly, and we get nothing. Okay. So we can do repository, maybe. Let's do repository, and then we'll do just pockets. Does this work? No. Let's do, because when I build the image, I do tag. Right, so, I mean, it should be something like that. Because I see something here. And can I do a printf? Directly this. Let's see. Okay, so why do I get the SHA thingamajig now? Okay, yeah, whatever. Did I always have the SHA value? Okay, well. So because this is a list and the first value has -1 the SHA of something, an empty map, 2 empty arrays, and that one, okay. So let's go back and check and check image list. So we have containers, which is -1 indicate the value has not been set and calculated. So the -1 is probably the containers. Then we get created because this looks like a timestamp. Then what do we have? ID. It's a content addressable digest. Okay, so that's the SHA. That's the SHA thing. Okay, then we have an empty map for the labels. Depending on how the image was created, it may be empty and only set for images. Okay, so this could be the parent ID. This should be the size. Shared size -1 because it's not been calculated. Okay, so it's inside repo tags. I believe it's inside repo tags. Hey, Dalek. So let's see. Repo tags. Okay, so whatever. So let's uncomment this. Can do that. We can organize our import, so we import this one back again. And image.dx. I can just do a small log.info image idx. But inside of here, I'd really like to do a log.info of el.repo tags. Let's see. Yeah, so it's there. It's there. And then we need to do, so we need to filter that with %s. So let's do pockets like this. And a comment here. Will this work? Repo idx. So let's do something like this. And then we can log.info repo idx. And we can return repo idx. Which shouldn't be -1. And hopefully this works. Let's see. Well, we still get -1. Oh, why is that? So now we're sure that it's pockets. It's the repo tags property. It's the repo tags property, but why doesn't it work? Let's see. Can I do something like log that info and we'll do printf like this, looking for tag pockets like this, and we do body dot version. Let's see. So look. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the problem. Okay, so why don't I get the value? Version. Hmm. Do I send it? Yeah, I do. So create container. Let's just, for the sake of, I mean, the name was read correctly, so I don't know what the issue could be there. But just for the sake of removing every possible thing, let's do that. Tag pockets, and then okay. So can I do log that info? So this is a byte array. Can I just log that? And it will obviously be unreadable. Yeah, that's a byte array, all right. Can I cast it into a string? It will be pretty useful. Let's see. So the version is empty. Why is the version empty? Because that's the problem. We don't parse the we're not parsing the version correctly, and so then the thing makes it that it makes it so the filter on the tags doesn't work because, well, there's no tag that is just pockets colon, sorry. It's pocket column and then the version. But if we don't have the version, then it doesn't work. Got it. So why don't you set the items? And this is not the parsed it's not the marshaled version. This is just what the CLI is sending. So why does the CLI send something like that? Okay. And inside the command version. Oh, okay. Yeah, here's the issue. All right, this was a tricky one. So let's do it again. And now looking for tag pockets thingamajig and index 0, which means that we found one. All right. I can remove this. I can remove the filter. This I can also remove. I can remove this. I can remove this. So if image IDX is not -1, or let's do something else. Let's do if it's -1, then we'll do log that info. Could not find image for specify the tag generating, and here to do generate image. So that's fine, and otherwise we just go along with everything else. Do I have Docker? Let's create an image.go thing, just so we can separate stuff. So create pb image, and we'll have tag string, and let's say we return an error, and let's do error, and we return error, which could be no, something like that. And inside our handler, we could do create image, create pb image with body.version. So well, let's do something like Docker root use, which will be from github.com/modifier/pockets /server/ so it's /server/docker something like this, and in here we can do Docker utils that create pb image. There we go. And we can do error is that, and if error is not nil, then we can, let's say for now we panic. Simple as that. Right now, if something doesn't work, we panic. We'll figure out graceful error handling after everything works, which is a bit stupid, but that's how I roll. So let's take up this, so we can have our CLI client. There we go. And if the CLI fails, then we just return the error, which is great. So if error is not nil, return error. So now comes the tricky part. I want to figure out if I can overwrite a args value inside the Docker file. Because if you look at the Docker file, here we have an arg pb version 0.23.12, which would be pretty nice to just modify. And let's actually do something else. Let's do here we'll have v 0.23.12. So that means that here we can just have, oh no, we cannot. Okay. Never mind. So we need to remove the v from the pb version, which should be simple enough. You just slice the first value off. Hopefully that works. And then we just need to replace the pb version value. And let's do that. So let's do CLI.image build. Build context. No, let's do image create. So let's do context at background. Oh, ooh, parent reference. Yeah, no, that won't cut it. Image tags an image. Source target. Should be image build. Since I requested the daemon to build images, the body in the response implements an IO read closer, and it's up to the caller to close it. Okay. Let's go take a look at the docs. Image create, image build. And what does the code do? CLI, and then we post. Okay. Docker CLI post row. What does it do? Before you post this duplicate. Okay, so we can, hopefully we can just do plain binary, so we can just read the Docker file. And if we do that, then couldn't we just do a simple regex replace? That should be fun. Let's see, API reference. Let's take a look. Read task definition. I can do new runner. I need Docker client, whatever. Okay. A new runner. And then runner.run. Okay. So what do they do? Preparing task, it pulls an image. Okay. But what is the runner? Okay, so I want to say it's just reading the Docker file and passing in the Docker file. So I guess we'll just try doing that. So let's do file content, which is io.readall. How can I do read file Golang? os.read file. Yeah, that's a yeah. That should work, I guess. So os.read file. And for now, let's just say I'm moving this into /tmp. So can I do cp the Docker file into /tmp, and then let's do error. If error is not nil, panic could not read base Docker file. And then we can do context.background here. The build context is the file content. And then here I can have stuff. Let's see. Let's reopen this. Let's go documentation, index, image build. There we go. What are the options? Labels, build ID. Okay, so we can use it in the tags. Should be something like that, right? And the first thing is as printf of pockets, and then the value. As printf pockets, comma s, and then we do tag. Get IO reader from file. os.open. Awesome. So we can just do open, and it returns that. So now here it's happy, and here we need to do something different. Let's do tags. It's a slice of strings, and the first one is sprintf. Like this. Invalid composite. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So it's an array of 1, like this. And now we can do tags. So we can do declare it like this. Like this. Okay. He seems happy. For now, I just want to check if the I just want to check if this works and if I can tag something else. If I can tag something else from these commands, and if it works, then we can do args and that and all that stuff. But for now, I just want to make sure that this section works, because if it doesn't matter what we do. So let's do if here. So then it creates the image, and if there's an error, then it panics. Okay, so I should just be able to do this. Let's do this one. Okay. Did it build the image? It didn't. Awesome. Okay. And what does this return? Okay, well, I don't really care about the first one, and I want to get the error so I can return it. Let's see. So again, let's do this one. Ah, there we go. Invalid tar header. Okay, so it wants. Yeah, well, yeah, sure. I could give you like a header, a tar thing. Well, first of all, does my Docker file exist? Yeah. Okay. Problem is, I don't really have it. Like the sorry, the goal of this is to be able to have a Docker file, so a static thing, and then be able to send it over and have it work. I hoped it would work, honestly. Uh, let's see. Go down Docker SDK, programmatically generate image from Docker file. Okay. Okay, so what do they do? Buffer, Docker file reader. Okay, so it reads the stuff. Okay. So they can write the header, then the Docker file content, and then it reads back and then they can do Docker file tar reader and do context and the Docker file like this. Okay, I guess we can try this. Uh-huh. Hmm. Let's see. Okay. I mean this one sounds like the one that I want, honestly, because I'd like to. I mean, I don't really need it. Huh. Okay, I don't really need it. Let's see. Should I just have? Huh. Let's try this. I have an embeds directory. Inside the embeds directory, I'll copy the Docker file in. So something like this. And then I'll have embeds.go. Okay. So we have I'll try to embed the Docker file inside my application. So let's do package embeds. Just a quick reminder of what Go embeds are. There we go. Go by example. So I can do something like this. And um, embed accept paths relative to the directory containing the Go source file. This embeds the contents of the file into the string variable or directly into a byte array. So let's take a look at what they do. Docker file reader. Okay, so basically I could skip this section right here. I could skip this section right here. I'll still need to write the this stuff should not change. Read Docker file, yeah. And then bytes that new reader. Context Docker file. Okay, I mean this one is going to be called Docker file in any case, so that's the thing. All right, let's try it. So let's see. I can close this one. So I can do go embed Docker file, and I can do var Docker file as a string, and I will add the import for the embed. And now inside image, so let me see. So that I can just take, and instead of this I should go embeds dot docker file, and this should be io.read all, like this. Oh, I mean, I already have the embedded Docker file bytes. Let's do something like that. And remove this. And inside embeds, I'll just yank this and put it down. And let's do Docker file bytes as a byte array like this. And if I go inside of here, I get that. And then we can do all the stuff. Tar header. So yeah, because that is fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. There we go. We can declare all this stuff. Like, honestly, we can do it down here, because if the okay, we can import all this stuff, and then we can do we can have the tar header like this, and Docker file for him it's just this. So in my case we could just we could declare it like this, and then let's do Docker file, which is Docker file just written like this. There we go. And then the size is the byte size of this, right? Because this one is a byte array. Okay. And then we can just write this, and we can there we go, and we can log this. Unable to write the tar header, and then same thing here, so we can write the contents of the Docker file, and then here we can say Docker file tar reader, and then we can do context, which is the Docker file tar reader. Wait. I mean, am I missing something? Like Docker file tar reader here. Okay, well, Docker file. Yeah, that's fine. The one thing I'm worried about is that, so we write the headers, we write all the stuff. Oh no, new writer to the buff. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine, because then we get a new reader from the bytes that we wrote in the temporary buffer. Okay, so it should be fine. Let's see. Could not generating. And do we have a new image? We have an image, I guess. v0.23.11, which is what we selected. Okay. And now we have a bunch of containers. But this one we can just delete. Don't really care. Okay. Let's see, can we create a 22.29 and 22.29? Okay, Yeah, image generation seems to work. I say seems to work. Seems to work. The file size is kind of the same. There's like two bytes more, but that's fine. Um, so that works. That seems to work. Holy, holy whatever. And so we can do a defer. And we need to close this, right? So we need defer rest. What was it? Uh-huh. So image build. The body in the response implements an IO that read closer. It's up to the caller to close it. Okay. So let's do something like this. So we can do rest.body.close. Okay. And hopefully we have mostly everything we need. Mostly. Uh, we have mostly what we need. I went a bit over time today. Did 40 minutes more than what I planned, but I want to get this to work. And then we'll end the stream and we'll continue tomorrow and do the volumes and that kind of stuff. All right? So let's do. Let me just. I'll take maybe a small break just to be able to breathe a little, get another bottle of water, get maybe some tea or some other stuff, and also turn on the light because it's getting darker. So I'll see you in 5 to 10 minutes. All right? Don't go anywhere. And we're back. All right, that took a bit longer than expected, but I'm ready to tackle the actual crux of the problem. Let's switch up some music. Let's see, what can we get? Mm-hmm. Let's see. All right, I could do with some. I could do with some Phil Collins. All right, so we got everything we need. Hopefully, the image is built. Let's see if it runs. Because I want to see that. So if I do handlers, there we go. So all of the stuff. What the hell? There we go. There we go. And this one. I can just remove this one. There we go. Hopefully, this should just work. Okay. So if I create test with this image, and this is an image that I had, and this one runs without any problems, I would assume. I would hope. Yeah, file not found, that's fine. And if I go there, okay. All right. Okay. But do I have PB data? Okay. Let me delete this. And if I reload, okay. Okay, yeah, whatever. It looks like it's working. Looks like it's working. And if I go to create test 2, and I go with 23.11, let's see, I'll get 23.11. Yeah, file not found, that's fine. And if I go here, then I get my login. All right. I would think that it's working, but the problem for now is that we only just have a single version but with different tags, which is kind of useless. So let's just remove all of this. Remove all of these images because we don't really need them. All right. So everything still plays inside of here. What do we have? No cache limit build ID. Okay, no, that's fine. Build args. Yeah. let's try using build args. What was the thing? It was PB version. Okay. Let's have something like version arg, which for now will just be empty. It needs the SDK wants a pointer, so let's dereference that. Is it happy? Looks like it is. Can I just do a stupid thing and just do split? And what does split do? It takes the string, it takes the separator. Okay, so let's do v. And then I want the first element. Will this work like that? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's see. Okay, so we're generating the image. What's wrong? Can I just do log the info with the error? Let's see if we have any errors. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. What did we do? So the last build that we did was an hour ago, and it was this one right here. Okay. Let's just reload. Sorry, I had to do that. So let's see. Can I also log the result? Let's see. Okay. If I do docker image ls, we actually don't have anything. Oh, all right. So let's do return error here. Will also return error here. And yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Inside our handler, let's do version requested is body.version, just so we're sure that we don't have any more issues with that. Okay, so that's fine. And I guess, can we current version? Yeah, okay. Let's maybe just do a let's maybe do the update. Let's maybe try updating Docker. Maybe that'll help. Let's see. I mean, no, it shouldn't. Yeah, no, it shouldn't change anything. The thing broke when we tried adding the build arguments. Right? So if I remove the build arguments, this should still work, right? Or maybe not. What the? Oh. Yeah, okay. Let's try again. Why doesn't it work anymore? Oh, strings imported and not used. There we go. And now it should reload properly. And active builds. So why did it break? Hmm. I'd really like to know why it suddenly decided that it shouldn't run anymore. Handler. Can I also delete all the builds? Maybe it's something to do with that. Okay. Huh. It's weird. Yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, yeah, okay, I guess. Okay, let's try just updating and restarting. Hopefully that helps. Who knows? Let's see if just restarting Docker helps. Because I don't know why it wouldn't work, right? It worked. Like I tested it, we tested it, and it worked, right? And now it suddenly doesn't. So sometimes WSL does this kind of stuff, and I'm wondering if it's that integration that breaks things. Who knows, right? And honestly, yeah, that doesn't work anymore. That makes sense. So I guess we'll just wait for the file unpacking to finish, and we'll see if everything works again. Okay, are we up again? And whatever. Okay, so now we're back. Can I just delete? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so let's just restart this as well, just to be safe. Let's see. Oh, is it it doesn't make sense, but is it that? Is it the defer thing? God, but damn it. Apparently it's that. Okay. And if I go to builds, there are no builds. All right. Yeah, sure, whatever. So now we have an image. And why is this one in use? Okay. Let's remove all of these. So it was the defer that broke stuff, apparently. Let's do that. Let's do the organize imports. Okay. This should still work, right? Okay, so let's delete this. Now we have no images. Let's try to create one. And now we have a new image. There we go, that gets tagged. And the argument is 0.23.12. And if I run 23.11, so I get the new tag, and the argument gets replaced, I think. Yeah. PB version 0.23.11 and gets that, and it adds the thing. Does it actually work? I mean, if it actually works, that's awesome. I would like to know why there are so many containers. Like none of them are running, so it's could they be like build containers? Because that sucks if it just pollutes the system. Okay. What if I printf the value of res? Because then we have body. So let's get this one. So it creates it. Now it's building. We get the correct one. This okay. And none of the images are available, which means that it's probably I would guess they are build containers. And like, do they show up if I do a docker ps? They don't. Okay. Could it be maybe just handled by some auto cleaning or whatever? Because if that's that, then it's fine. Okay. I mean, I want to say this works. Or at least it's good enough for today. So we can do that. And then if we go back to the handlers, right? I'd like to test the whole thing. But the one thing that I'm scared of is how can I say this? The one thing that I'm scared of is since it looks like it's not a damn it. Since it Whew. Okay. Since it looks like it's a non-blocking thing, uh, I would need to hold before continuing the stuff, right? So I could either split them into multiple endpoints, so like a image create and then container create, and that would probably work fine, because then we can just uh, pull or poll the API by saying, okay, is this image ready? Is this image ready? Is this image ready? And once the image is ready, and once we get the response back, then we can say, okay, now we can create the container. That could be it. Like that could be the answer. Well, let's see. Create container, whatever, Docker PS. Okay. So that one seems to work. Yeah. Okay. And let's see, can we actually make... Yeah. Okay. Or we can initialize from a backup or whatever. Okay. So that one seems to work. And if I do test 2, because... and let's pick an image that I don't have already. So let's do 22.29, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. And yeah, does it break? Because now I have the image, but the container wasn't created because it couldn't find the image. Okay. Okay. So we need to fix that. And we'll probably do... So let's do something like this here. Fix me. Split this into separate route to allow for async image creation process. All right. Let's commit all of this just to be safe. Image creation work in progress. And I think we can end it here. I'll try to do another stream tomorrow, although it's the 31st. But since I don't have anything to do with my evening, I'll probably do a more thorough live stream. I would like to finish this with tomorrow's live stream, or at least finish the proof of concept. We probably won't have either the database or the authentication stuff, but that's fine, I think. Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's do that. So I wish you all a good evening, night, or whatever time it is where you live, and I'll see you on the next one, probably tomorrow. Bye.